With details regarding Ronda Rousey's WWE deal revealed and more, this is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report for January 29th. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at WrestlingHubOfficial and also follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. Coming off a title feud against Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan is excited for the Royal Rumble tonight, as she spoke with Sportskeeda about facing off against non-WWE talent. When I think of wrestling, when I think of this Forbidden Door, when I think about Mickie James coming over, it just makes me happy. I don't see brands, networks, and different shows. I just see family in a weird way. Like, we all have the same goal. We all have the same purpose. We're all doing this together, and whether it's separate, it's the same thing everywhere you go. I love that, and I hope it's just the beginning of more kind of integration between the different networks and different programs, different superstars. I love that she's going to get to represent Impact and their division at the Rumble, which is one of the big 4 pay-per-views that we have all year. It's a huge platform, but I think it's amazing and I welcome it, and I hope we can get to do it more. I will go anywhere and everywhere. I would. That'd be a dream of mine. I want to wrestle everybody. I want to wrestle legitimately everyone. Oh my gosh. I would love to wrestle Mickie James. I'd love to wrestle Deonna Purrazzo. I'd love to wrestle Britt Baker. I'd love to wrestle Abaddon. I'd love to wrestle Ruby Soho. I'd love to wrestle Penelope Ford, Nyla Rose, Chelsea Green. You know, I want to wrestle everyone. So this is exciting for me because it feels like it could be the beginning of something great and something new. It's the kind of feels bigger than wrestling in a way. So to sum it up, I love that Mickie James is going to be here. On Broken Skull Sessions, the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch opened up on her title reign heading into Mania 36, as she said, "It is hard as a babyface to stay champion that long. I'd actually pitched to lose at WrestleMania 36 because it is simply far too taxing and difficult to stay champion for that long, and as a babyface, I think I'm pretty good in that chase. We did not go that direction. I ended up holding that for 398 days. Lynch would go on to note that she does have creative differences with the WWE Chairman. Sometimes Vince is very set in his ways. So you gotta go, okay, well, how do I make this make sense for me? How do I make his vision come to life and also be something that I believe in?" At the pay-per-view tonight, Lynch will be defending her title against Doudrop. During that same interview, Becky recalled the title exchange between herself and Charlotte Flair back in October, where Lynch put the blame on Flair for not going through with the original plan. Oh god, yeah, it really should have been easy. It was supposed to be a straightforward thing where we had to just exchange the titles. I grab it out of her hand unknowingly, I'm Becky 2 belts for a second, then I toss her the title and she tells Sonya to pick it up and challenges me for a fight, and I back out of it and go. Everybody was supposed to get their moment there in the end. There was a lot of heat there afterwards, because that was the way it was supposed to be done. In advance, I informed people that this is unlikely to happen. When I try to grab it, she's going to drop it, and that's what happened. With fans looking forward to Royal Rumble matches for the men and women, the Wrestling Observer pointed out that WWE is working with limited time for other bouts on the card. As it was noted, Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Marissa Maurice is not going to be a classic match, but it will be laid out in a fashion that will be pleasing to most people. If it was on a different show, I would say they're going to get over 20, because they just will, and that may not be the best. But on this show, when you've got the 2 one-hour matches in Roman and Seth, I've got to think Roman and Seth are going 20 plus. Lesnar and Lashley, I don't think they will. They might, but it would be surprising. But Roman and Seth, I think, will do a long match. You got the 2 matches that will probably do anywhere between 45 and an hour plus. So yeah, you don't have a lot of time to spare, probably for that match, which is for the best. This match is more basic psychology. That's the big build. For Beth Phoenix just to go in there and do the stuff, and the men are there to set up the women. And you know, Miz is going to run away. Edge is good, he never disappoints. There have been many returns announced for the Women's Royal Rumble, but one that fans are still hoping for is Bayley. The star was trending on Twitter with many hoping to see her in action tonight. I want a Sonya Deville Rumble win tonight unless Bayley is back. The winner of the Royal Rumble main event's WrestleMania, so the question is who can actually sell tickets to main event? Besides Sasha, the only others I can think of are Ronda and possibly Alexa or Bayley, or Paige if she is cleared. My prediction for Royal Rumble 2022 men's winner AJ Styles or Kevin Owens, women's winner Bayley or Ronda Rousey. I was thinking Bayley could be the one who returns tonight and wins the Royal Rumble, but it's only been 6 months since she tore her ACL. That's a 9 to 12 month recovery. Given the Hardy Boys will be reuniting for an independent event in March, many are wondering when we'll see the two team up in AEW. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Jeff Hardy's status was updated with it said there's discussions through different people and you can say past messages. But as far as Tony Khan directly talking, every situation's different. I'm not saying he never talks to anyone from another organization or anything like that. I don't know what he does and doesn't do, but I know from certain people that he avoided talking to certain people that are top people until the legal right day. So under that, guys, Jeff Hardy is not going to be a free agent until March. So I don't know that there's any specific thing going. I mean, a lot of people are expecting it, and I am too, honestly. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. But the Hardy Boys as a team, again, because of Jeff, they're going to be a hot tag team. And goddamn, that company has got a lot of really good teams that can, whether you want to call it carry them, Matt's limited right now. You can tell he's hurting in everything. But the bottom line is, the Young Bucks and Hardy's matches a couple years ago, they had that ladder match that was unbelievable. And you got FTR, they're specialists at this. Santana and Ortiz are a great team. Pentagon and Phoenix is a weird one. That one could have some trouble because of the style thing, but also Jeff Hardy with Pentagon and Phoenix could be really good. As previously seen, Mustafa Ali announced that he'd be requesting his release from WWE following disagreements with his creative direction in the company. There would apparently be an argument that took place with Vince McMahon prior to this, yet it was reported after that Ali would not be getting let go at this time. Recently, the star took to Twitter to let fans know that he has no intention of being involved in the pay-per-view tonight, as he wrote, "No, I would not like to be in the Rumble. I would like my release." With all the previous rumors of Ronda Rousey making her comeback to WWE, it was reported that a representative for the company spoke with the former UFC champion about making a comeback. Now it appears the two parties have reached an agreement, as Dave Meltzer recently pointed out details regarding her new contract. A year is the deal from what I heard. From my understanding, I don't know if she's going to be there every week, but my understanding is it's not like a match at the Rumble and then a WrestleMania match and then gone. It's more than that. When it comes to Rousey being the favorite to win the Women's Rumble, it was said on the Observer that there's two schools of thought. There's a school of thought that you appease your hardcore fans, and that would be Bianca Belair or Sasha Banks. Or you go with the one that's gonna get you the most headlines, and that's obviously Ronda, and I think that's probably the one they'll go with. Unless Ronda's there to do an angle at the end and not be in the match, and you save your match for later, she shouldn't be in the match and not win, I don't think. She's back. I mean, she's going to be back as a regular on SmackDown, but she'll probably do some shows on Raw. I think she's going to be on Raw Monday. With him making his return to pro wrestling not long ago for AEW, CM Punk has been on quite the roll since joining the promotion. While there was a report that WWE is open to bringing in a Forbidden Door entrant for the Rumble, many are skeptical that it will happen. Taking this opportunity to troll fans, Punk took to Instagram to upload an old photo of himself in an airport with the caption "OMG." Speaking of Royal Rumble teases, AEW star Cody Rhodes is reportedly working for the company without a contract, as this has many thinking he could make his presence felt at the Royal Rumble tonight. With that in mind, he took to Instagram to show that he was on a plane heading to St. Louis, which is where the event will take place. Of course, this could just be another case of trolling like with CM Punk, but we'll just have to wait and see. Known for his cryptic tweets, John Cena has joined in on the Rumble teases, with him posting an edited version of a fan sign from ECW One Night Stand as it reads, "If Cena doesn't enter the Rumble dressed as Peacemaker, I personally will be mildly disappointed. Cena is busy with his filming schedule, so him coming back for the Rumble is not all that likely." Since many returns are taking place for the Women's Royal Rumble, it comes as no surprise that former WWE star Sarah Logan was spotted at the Dome at America's Center in St. Louis, according to PW Insider. Talking to Renee Paquette, Logan mentioned that it's difficult to watch WWE given she has unfinished business in the company. "To be honest, it's hard for me to watch WWE TV because, it's an unclosed chapter in my life in my opinion, but I'll watch Raw just so we can watch his matches. Me and Rey were together before WWE. I know his struggle. I know what obstacles he had to overcome to get to eat at that table. I'm thankful that he's there for our sake, and I love that he's there for his sake. I don't want him to ever, not work there if that's what he wants to do." The cover star for WWE 2K22, Rey Mysterio, recently talked to TMZ about his pro wrestling career, where he mentioned that retirement is not on his mind. "I think this is the time I've been enjoying the most because I get to step in there with my son. I get to guide him. I get to see his growth. I interact with the fans. I think the moment that I go back and re-watch a match that I have and see myself slowing down, then I'll say, you know what, Rey? Damn, it's time to hang it up now." There has apparently been talks of adding stars from other matches on the pay-per-view card to the Royal Rumble match, with PW Insider reporting that over the last few days there's even been talk of adding talent who are wrestling on other matches on the show into the Men's Rumble, although that's not 100% confirmed, as creative was said to be going back and forth last night and this morning. PW Insider would also note that compared to last year's Rumble matches, where the plans were made and locked in pretty easily, this has been a much longer, complicated creative process as McMahon settles on what direction he wants. Ahead of the pay-per-view, Brock Lesnar surprised Jackass star Wee Man by picking him up and slamming him through a table. PW Insider touched on the TMZ clip, noting that they were told that was not an incident that was designed to promote the film, just something that sort of ended up happening, as everyone was enjoying their late night evening, though Tel Bar wasn't thrilled about it in the moment. In some unfortunate news, the mother of WWE Chairman Vince McMahon, Vicky Askew, has passed away at the age of 101 from natural causes at her home in the Woodlands, Texas on the 20th, as we wish the family all the best during this time. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.